I'll use that lamp too, for just slightly better lighting.
Is anyone really watching this the whole time?
That's my joke.
I'm just saying, it's more like a podcast at this point, but anyway.
True, and I didn't even realize you were recording until after you said that. I was like, wait, what?
Hey, I know it. I'm self-aware. All right, so obviously Grant's with me today, and this very cold, rainy day, to see Pompeii. Now remind me, what else has Paul Anderson done?
All the Resident Evil movies, Event Horizon, which I will admit I thought was underrated, so I'll give him credit for that. God.
So basically, Paul Anderson plays a game of how many movies can you possibly rip off in the course of an hour, 2 hours. Let's say 2 hours long.
So yeah, what was it we came across? It was Titanic, Gladiator. Volcano / Dante's Peak.
2012 is what I got.
Yeah.
But, except, this is a movie about a volcano with no fucking lava.
Kind of reminds you of Sharknado, doesn't it? It's like...
Well, at least it had sharks.
Yeah, but the Sharknado didn't come into like an hour and a half in.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other thing. At least there was a shark and there was a tornado.
Yeah.
That has what you expect from something called a Sharknado. Volcano, I expect at least fucking lava. Not everything else that could possibly go wrong. Clearly, there's some misconceptions with the writers of how Volcano works. Pretty much sums up the last half hour of the movie. By the way, the volcano only goes off in the last half hour of the movie because you were keeping track, and you leaned over me and was like, after the volcano explodes, you lean over and you go, well, on the bright side, we're already an hour and a half in. I was like, okay, good. Wait a minute. We're an hour and a half into this fucking thing and just now exploding? Jesus. It's like I was telling you on the way back to the car, it's like this is the only movie I've seen this year where absolutely nothing that happened or anyone did had any significance whatsoever.
Pretty much.
At all. None. It's almost kind of funny, and just how insignificant all their actions are in this movie. Because, spoiler alert, everybody dies! That's the ending.
Just like in real life! Yay!
So I guess that's the only part in which it is realistic. Because everything else is just so stupid. Okay, so I guess let's go over the story. The movie starts out with this little kid. It takes like the... What they call it? The Celtic people? Or
Celtic Horse Rebellion.
Celtic Horse Rebellion, which case Keith Sutherland fucking check the hours in this movie. And God bless him, he's the only one having fun. I liked him. But he plays the main bad guy. He's like a Roman senator, but he's like slaughtered all this guy's family when he was a little kid. And by the way, if you're gonna pick like a big dramatic moment to open your movie, try to find a child actor that doesn't look so fucking bored.
Yeah, look at the kid walk around like, oh, hey, death.
Yeah, the kid literally walks around like, doesn't say a word. He just walks around like, wow, that's a lot of stuff going around here. It's like, I haven't seen a kid this dull since Superman Returns. Alright? It's just so... I kind of set the bar for what we were expecting to this little turn. And then it just flashed... Wait, which part?
No, I was laughing at the Wicker Man moment.
Which one was that? Oh, yeah.
the kid ran over.
Okay. So, like, basically what happens is very early on, like, but you can only assume it's his dad gets killed and the son sees it, and the mom picks him up and starts walking away, and all of a sudden, a fucking horse comes right the hell out of nowhere and just mows her down. The sad part is that happened like 3 times, and each time was just funnier than the other.
Wait, really? I only saw the one time.
Well, like, just similar moments, not necessarily with horses, but you know, like the part with the rock towards the last half hour of the movie, where it's seemingly random, so it's bonk, and then that's it. It's like, was that supposed to be serious? That was pretty funny. Get some slapstick in this.
I know, it's funny just seeing, like, people are waiting around, it's like, they're getting bonked on the head by a rock, just...
So, I just got really irritated really fast on this thing, because, like, it's so rushed in that first, like, 20 minutes. Like, first he's a kid, now he's an adult, now he's a slave, now he's a gladiator, now he's moving to Pompeii to be a better gladiator. Then he runs into that guy from Lost and Thor, and that's...
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was in Thor too.
Who's he in Thor?
Thor 2, he was one of the bad guys.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Who were you thinking of?
Sorry, when you said Thor, I just assumed the first one.
Yeah, my bad. I should have clarified. But there's no attempt at character development. Obviously, it's not that kind of movie. And right away, it's. I have to talk about the horse whisperer part.
Okay. Yeah, basically, for those of you who don't know or care, which no one does, let's face it.
You just want to watch us suffer. That's why you're here.
Yeah. Oh, God. Basically, you know, obviously he was with the horse. He was with the horse people, so he has special abilities with horses, like...
Apparently.
Oh,
that's
God. This is also the moment where he's first introduced to the female lead played by Emily Browning, a.k.a. the main actress, was it? No. Baby doll from Sucker Punch.
Ugh. Why would you even bring that
because she was
in his car?
She was the action. It's like,
Anyway, back to Horse Whisperer.
So anyway, what happens is while they're transporting all these slaves there, she's in a carriage that just like breaks down because
reasons.
It hits a ditch.
It's like a dent, and the horse goes, "Oh boy!"
It's like it hit a ditch, and the horse just like, "Oh, I broke it for no apparent reason," and falls to the ground. And so it's like,
I give up on life. Boom.
I have no meaning.
I've fallen. I can't get up.
So it's like, the horse is in pain, you pig. And so he goes over there to like take care of it. He was like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it."
Okay. So that was a little fast. Let me clarify it a little bit. Basically, Jon Snow, I'm going to call him that because I don't remember his actual fucking name. Kit Harington sees the horse and goes, "I can do something." And the guy's like, "No, you're a savage, you can't do anything." And then the princess, who was conveniently in the carriage, who was obviously loving, like, let him do it. And apparently his method for horse whispering is going, easy, easy, easy. He's like, "Oh, I'm so glad we have your specialty here, because there's no fucking way I can do that myself." Yeah. And then he goes, "Put your hand here and put pressure so I can move the horse." Like, yeah, just like that. Everyone's like, "Dude, what the hell? He just fell over."
Well, obviously the thing had a like broken whatever.
I don't know. It just kind of like, well, I'm just tired. I want a break, you know.
Yeah,
I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
And then guy's like, everyone's like, "Why the hell did he do that?" And then like, she's like, "It's because it was the most merciful thing to do." It's like, well, you could have told him that. Like, a little exposition wouldn't be a bad thing. Like, hey, it's broken his ankle. We have to put it down. Just no. It's like, for some reason, she thinks it's fantastic that he has the strength to break a horse's neck. Mentally speaking. Yeah. Apparently, I can only gather by what their conversations entail that she's turned on by dead things, which is kind of weird. So,
that would explain why she decided to kiss him after he mentioned how his family got massacred later on.
Yeah, I know. That bothered you too, right?
Yeah, it's like,
okay. So I'm not the only one that noticed that. Okay, let me build this up a little bit. So the princess is like the princess of Pompeii, who Keith Sutherland as a senator goes to visit, try because he wants to invest in like some new aqueduct or something like that.
That her thing played by Jared Harris, who was also in the second Resident Evil movie, another Paul W.S. Anderson movie.
I prefer to think of Jared Harris in better roles personally. Like,
please remind me of some. I can't think of anymore.
He was in Lincoln. He was in
Thank you.
Fringe. He was in Sherlock Holmes 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. So,
oh God.
So anyway, so they're at the. So I guess what they do is they like put the slaves on display, like just like, "These are our guys. You can take a private inspection." Wink, wink. In the other room, which is happens with the what's the actor's name? The big black guy. It's it's a longer name. Yeah. I don't remember it.
So Jon Snow and Iona.
Iona, there you go. Very kind of awkward moment where the guy's just saying they're on pedestals, literally on pedestals, and some older woman goes, "Nice and firm." "What about the weaponry?" And the guy watching goes, "Well, it'll cost you." So pays some money and they go off and. They
don't even go off. He's just still standing there.
So I guess they got ripped off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so meanwhile the volcano starts going off and no one bats an eyelash, surprisingly. And apparently
it's like, yeah, this is a normal occurrence. I'd move if I were you.
Yeah, it's like, and there's stuff at the volcano I want to talk about later, but for right now I'm gonna focus on this. So I guess, wait, no, Jon Snow is here. He's the horse whisperer. He killed my last horse. He's the perfect person to send in to calm in the horses.
I seriously wanted him to just break their necks.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Not legitimately, it's just like, because I was laughing at the thought in my head, just because the way he did first, it's like, yes, he can calm them down.
It's surprising there's only one horse left in there when they get in there.
Yeah, I was like, is there a second one that just...
So anyway, they let him go in alone. He calms the princess's horse down, and he gets on top of it, and the girl decides to go in for reasons. And surprisingly, the guard lets her go in alone. And then they start talking, and there's a part where she goes, I hate the Romans, or something like that, but my father has to work with them. And then he goes, if my father was around, he would have killed every single one of them. And the girl goes, oh.
Pretty much.
Take me now.
It's like, wait, let me get this. So, he broke a horse's neck, he insulted you for thinking you were Roman at first, and then he mentioned that his dad wants to kill all the Romans.
And these are all turn-ons.
Yeah, it's just like, and then they ride off and nearly make out. It's just like, what the hell?
And then they're supposed to be like romantically linked out. It's like, you've known this guy literally for about 5 minutes. That's not even screen time. I just literally have known for a total of 5 minutes.
It's like suddenly Disney tropes don't seem that bad.
Not in comparison. At least they're making fun of it now.
Yeah. Well, even then, at least they develop the characters.
Sometimes, yeah. Say what you will about, very early Disney. But
yeah, obviously.
Anyway.
I mean, like nowadays, like within the past 20, 30 years.
Give or take, yeah. Alright, fair enough. But anyway, this isn't about Disney. This is about Pompeii. Or Pomp 2, as Wes has been calling it for a while. Like, I haven't seen the first Pomp. I hope the second Pomp will be fantastic. Anyway, but I want to talk about the volcano. Because if I don't know any better, I'd swear it was like fucking Sharknado. Just the strange malevolence it seems to have. Because when it starts out, back to the prince's horse, there's a part where the caretaker of the horses goes to ride, exercise the horse. And
it was still less painful in the movie.
And I guess the horse has like anti-volcano senses or something.
Yeah. Well, actually, most horses would react accordingly to like feeling vibrations in the ground that were coming in.
Like, oh shit, and the horse takes off and leaves the caretaker behind him. Meanwhile, the volcano, out of fucking nowhere, just goes, and it's like, the ground starts loosening underneath this poor guy. Yeah.
It's like, wait, come back!
And he just fucking eats him, pretty much. It's a malevolent volcano.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, it looked like he just, like, the ground gave in, but, like, based on how quickly water came, it just looked like he fell into the shallow end of a pool.
It's like, look, I know next to nothing about volcanoes. I know next to nothing about the events that actually happened in Pompeii.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain dramatizations were taking place. For example, I'm pretty sure volcanoes don't spit giant fountains of rock, like fireballs. To that extent.
Fair enough.
Not to the point where it's like, might as well be fucking Lord of the Rings or something, where they're just going everywhere, just exploding everything. I'm sure it's like actual fireballs do occur.
Hell, even, come to think of it, even Lord of the Rings had less explosions than that, and a hell of a lot more lava.
This movie has no lava. It's about a volcano. I'm sorry, that should not bug me as much as it does, but where's the goddamn lava? Like, really, it's like, well, it's a bunch of fireballs. So there's the lava. It's going pretty slowly. I think we can get away. But I don't know. I can only guess. Our site, like, oh, it's starting to rain again.
Yeah.
I can only guess. Maybe you know about this. Do volcanoes cause tidal waves?
Actually, based on the fact that volcanic activity is caused by certain activity within the ground, actually, yes, that would be feasible.
Okay, I thought so. Even then, I don't think it necessarily lead to a boat riding in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Which reminds me, though, I kind of noticed that the actors did not really react to a lot of things that are being caused by the CG. Like, was it when that tidal wave is going on and like the water is like coming down and like they suddenly miraculously get to that through the other side of the wall on time? I love how a crap ton of water just like, you know, rushes towards the Gladiator guy who doesn't react. Like goes over the. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, a little background. Okay.
Wall. Little tiny man, water, but he does not move. And in the next shot, it's like, there's just like a little bit there. It's just
and on
like
the next episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy. Anyway,
but yeah, it's just like
I will give credit. Like the one part I kind of liked was basically Keith Sutherland, because he's the only one to have like. He's hamming it up for all it's worth in this movie. Because he plays a stereotypical evil senator who wants to marry the princess and, like, get away to Rome and all that stuff. And he has this accent. Like, gotta give him props, it's actually not a bad accent. Well, aside from the obvious cheesiness of it.
Yeah.
But it's like if Jack Bauer tried to be in a Shakespeare play. This is basically what you would get. It's actually pretty funny. So I guess from that point, it's actually kind of enjoyable. And to give it credit, a couple of the action sequences aren't terrible. They're not good, but they're not terrible. Although
like when they got on the horse with the chain and everyone forgot how to duck.
I meant the one-on-ones weren't bad. The group one was ridiculous. I will admit the chain thing was kind of clever, but that's about all I'll give it. It's so stupid.
Holy hell.
Because what happens is, so the main character and the black sidekick are
Atticus
are in the same cell together. What are you laughing at?
It's like, oh, I just wish Gregory Peck was here just because of that name.
Gregory Peck.
Atticus Finch.
Aha! I see what you did there. Okay, anyway, so Atticus has a good case of I'm one day away from retirement.
Oh God, you're right.
He says I only have one more fight, then I'm a free man. He is actually smoked. I kind of wish he did because that made him more badass. But he goes like, no, we can't have him be free. Nobody wants that. So we'll give us this obvious trap that was in no way similar to Gladiator or 300 and hope for the best. But then from there, it just gets more and more ridiculous. They're chained to a giant pole, which apparently allows for a lot of flexibility. Surprisingly. And going against obviously impossible odds, and somehow they're the only two to surround by doing increasingly ridiculous things after ridiculous thing. Like knock down the giant pole thereafter, which is apparently made of styrofoam.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Because like the guy fucking, the big Atticus fucking whacks it, and he goes, hey, this is made of really cheap material.
That's what I thought. It's like, wow, what's up with the foam rubber?
Yeah, it's like, plywood? Well, this would be really easy then. Chop, 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 collapse. But surprisingly, all the bad guys are like lined up in that row. I was like, oh, what a matter of inconvenience. Boom. And then next thing you know, Jon Snow's riding a horse with the chain still attached, and he's tightening the chain. That's working as a fucking tree branch for all the other bad guys.
I know, they're just like, I'm gonna run towards chain. Ow.
And then finally, one guy has this like smart idea and just goes yank and knocks him right off. Oh God! And this is after like the guy who owns the slaves realizes that shit's about to go down, and he's like the only smart person in the movie, oddly enough.
And he still dies.
He still dies, but it's still funny because he's the only one that goes, "Hey, something weird's going on here. I'm getting the hell out of here."
Yeah.
Granted, he's still really somehow he doesn't make there before everyone else does. I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah. I also laughed how just like when he bribed the money or.
He bribed the money?
Sorry, bribed the guy, you know, the ship hand or whatever.
See, I'm kind of curious how you bribe money now. How does that work? Here's a nice leather wallet for you.
Look, I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but...
I'm trying to... Yep,
But, okay, in all seriousness, though, it's like, when he did that, I thought back to Titanic!
There was a lot of those stupid fucking moments, like, first off, why does this movie even have a bad guy? You have an evil volcano! It's the same as you let Titanic. Why does Titanic have a villain?
They need multiple sources of conflict, but at least unlike this, Titanic tried.
Yeah. Oh, fucking A.
This movie was just so damn lazy.
Yeah.
To their credit, though, the volcano effects look pretty solid.
Yeah, they're okay. I thought it was pretty. I'll give it that much. It was still really, really still stupid.
Or was it? We get it! It's a volcano!
That's one thing I want to say. You can make a drinking game of how many times the camera pans to the volcano
when it
between the time the movie when it doesn't do crap from the beginning of the movie to the point where it actually blows up. And even then, you can still make a drinking game out of it because literally, it's like, hey, here's a volcano. Oh, there it is again from another angle. Oh, that was enough for you. Here's another one. Oh, still there. Okay. Yes, we get it. There's a fucking volcano, and it doesn't blow up for an hour and 30 minutes into the goddamn movie. And just that, and pointless characters, and just stupid. Like you expected this to be good. Really. Like,
No.
you just want to see us suffer through it, so I tried Grant along with me. Who was a good enough sport to come last minute?
Knowing that I hate Paul W.S. Anderson in the majority of his movies.
Well, it's not like either one of us expected this to be good.
Yeah, but this...
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah. I've seen worse. Legend of Hercules was worse. Actually, it might be better, because at least Legend of Hercules had, like, a 50-foot lightning penis sword. But...
What?!
I'll explain later. But it's a running joke we have this season.
Help me, God.
It was worth it just for that reaction. I'll explain after we're done recording. But, yeah, I don't really have much left to say about it. It's one of those things. A couple of the one-on-one fights were decent. The effects were decent. The rest of it is just lazy, boring, rips off like 5 movies.
Yeah. God, I'm trying to think of some of the other things just like I remember I could not help but laugh at was...
Oh, there's a part where, after the volcano blows up and the princess's parents supposedly die next to her, but you can still clearly see Trinity breathing.
Yeah. Twice! It's just like, held my daughter, and she just kind of lays her head down, like she's still like breathing or like, and just like, and just, Kit Harington's just like, I'm going to leave you here.
Pretty much. That's a lot. And I hated all the obvious fake out death moments. Like we spot it for a second.
Like the Kiefer Sutherland one. Like I don't know why it was funny, just because it was Kiefer Sutherland doing the whole wide eye shock thing.
And he does like the smirk douchebag look too. Yeah. Like, yes, I'm still alive.
Yeah. And God, just like,
you know, I just had a random thought. You know how that role should have been played by Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons in that role would have been amazing. The princess will be mine. Anyway.
Oh God, what else though?
Jeremy Irons, he was now Alfred, which is actually kind of awesome.
Yeah. God, what else did I remember just Oh, when Harrington decided to throw like that wooden shaft thing over at Okay,
let me get a little background. First off, after they win the impossible games, the main character, Jon Snow, grabs like the eagle, which is representation of, which probably a horrible flashback to that fucking Channing Tatum movie.
Wait, which one?
The eagle with Channing Tatum.
Never saw it, thank God.
And the guy who is now the Thing, apparently.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, he says, I oppose the Roman Empire, even though this will have absolutely no significance on anything else happens in the movie.
Yeah.
And he snaps it in half.
Dare!
Snaps, and then he throws like a spear at the other guy, and then like his bodyguard just goes, Toong!
Yeah, no, it just comes out of nowhere, just like cuts it in half in midair, and the thing just like catapulted forward.
There's just so... Problem is, it's not bad enough that it's good.
Yeah.
And it's not like good enough that it's bearable. It's in that awkward in-between place.
Yeah, like
if you make a drinking game out of the volcano thing, you could probably have a good time with it, but there's not enough laugh out loud stupid moments in this movie to really recommend it as a good bad movie.
Not like White House Down.
Not like White House.
Oh God, that was gloriously stupid.
You will never see the likes of it again. Okay. Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
You can reminisce about White House Down after we're done.
But yeah, it's just, as we said, it's just a lazy movie.
Yeah.
Where, oh yeah, and the constant slow-mo and, like, pointless moments.
Like when the one that made us both laugh was one point where the girl's like the princess's assistant, who's played by that. Was she in Cloverfield?
I have no idea.
I think she's in Cloverfield.
But anyway, yeah, she's
anyway,
like,
and there's basically it's a part where after the volcano goes up, he goes. The main character realizes that Keith Sutherland locked her in the villa because reasons.
So he frees her.
He goes back to rescue her, knowing that could cause certain death, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they surprisingly take their time with the whole escaping thing to get water.
Yeah.
And then naturally, because they take their sweet-ass time with it, the girl slowly and dramatically opens her eyes really wide.
Yeah, instead of backing away.
As if like a volcano demon has like come forth and he goes, I'm going to kill you now.
Maybe volcanoes are like T-Rexes. They don't see me if I don't move.
As like the ground very slowly opens up in front of her, he turns on and go,
yeah, and they just like trip.
That and the last closing shot, which we kind of have to talk about because it's so fucking stupid.
Oh God!
The last closing shot is apparently the lava realizes, hey, we kind of missed the party, so it starts coming out fourth floors in like a giant cloud fireball, which again. Don't think that's how volcanoes work. But anyway, just...
Well, in some extent, yeah, but obviously it was overly exaggerated.
Yeah, a tad. But anyway, consumes everything. They see it coming, and he goes, we can't escape in time. Don't look at it. Look at me. And they kiss as the clouds go over them.
Yeah.
And then the last shot is them in like their ash form, still making out. Yes, they're ash form. I'm coining that term. Copyright, bitch.
Yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure that they in no way, shape, or form would have stopped to start flailing in the middle.
Really, they close like this, and they're like... See, now you regret not watching the whole thing now, don't you?
Oh, God.
We'll move on to trailers?
Yes.
Alright. So, we got a trailer for... The Purge 2, Anarchy, it's called. The Purge Anarchy.
Yeah, it's like, it's just people, it's warriors, I guess, except without the gangs.
And it's like, me and Cliff watched the first Purge. I actually kind of recommended it because it was, so silly that you can really laugh at it because the villains were so absurdly over the top and so completely incompetent that it was hilarious.
Yeah. For me, I find they're calling it anarchy when it's like, wait, this is all legal. How is that considered anarchy?
Well, it's legalized anarchy. Meh.
But anarchy is going against legality, or going against law and legality.
Don't question the logic.
Yeah.
That was a big problem with the first movie, is that it says, this works. Okay. Why does it work? Never bothers to go into that. Maybe the sequel will do it again. I am inclined to doubt it since they're literally pumping it out less than a year from the last one.
Yeah.
So it's probably just going to be a slasher film, more than likely. Hopefully the villains will be more competent this time around, because last time they spent like an hour doing build-up, trying to be creepy, and then like 5 of them died in one scene. As he just goes a fucking shotgun. Literally, there was a part in the first Purge, it was actually hysterical, where like a girl was riding piggyback another guy and they're going, hee hee hee, trying to be creepy, and then the guy goes around the shotgun and goes, oh shit, and they like take off running. It's actually really funny. I kind of want to watch it again. Anyway, so that's the Purge 2. I don't think it's going to be funny as the first one. Actually, fun fact, Armand actually really liked the first Purge, but anyway.
I haven't seen it yet, I just didn't care.
Fair enough. Next one we got was Transcendence, which is... I don't know about that one. That was the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah. I can't remember. Is Christopher Nolan producing that one?
I don't think so. I probably would have said in the credits if it was.
Okay, there was some like big name producing it, but I can't remember who it was.
Basically, it's like, what if Johnny Depp became HAL 9000? Basically.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that meets Lawnmower Man, I guess.
Never saw that one.
Neither did I. But it has to do with this idea of like some guy becoming a more sentient being.
Yeah, and then he goes. I always laugh because the movies always sounds like we have the ability to make this most advanced AI ever. That's like smarter than everyone put together. Because have you never watched a movie before? When has that ever ended well? Ever?
Yeah.
Have we learned nothing from Terminator?
Oh dear. It's Skydepp. Oh god.
Are you fucking kidding me? Don't pat yourself on the back for that one, fucker.
I'm not. I'm patting the back of my head. 'Cause that's all. That was terrible even for me.
Skydepp. Jesus Christ. All right. On that note, we're moving on. So next week after that was a new trailer for Divergent. It
was a new one.
Yeah, it actually was.
Oh.
Well, not much different, but just different enough. To make me realize just kind of how stupid the concept is. Now they actually explained it a little more in this trailer. But, like, the concept is like divergents are those who can control their fears and can overcome them. It's like, believe it or not, that describes most people. So your concept is kind of flawed.
I think it had something to do with the fact that, like, I can't remember, like, what was the whole deal? Like, either everyone was on medication or, like, they were genetically... It's basically just a lazier Gattaca.
Pretty much. I mean, that is what it is. They didn't explain the fucking trailer. But it's just...
Yeah.
The first trailer didn't make it look that bad. It made it look like a generic Hunger Games. This one just makes it look really stupid, actually, now. But just too bad, because I actually like the main actress who's the star in it.
Who's it again?
I don't remember her name, but I know she was in The Descendants, which is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, right.
And she was Mary Jane Watson, new Spider-Man 2, before they cut her character out. But
okay.
Maybe she'll help in Spider-Man 3. Who knows?
No, she will.
Yeah, she will?
Because they confirmed that she was going to be in there for certain
Mary Jane Watson
reasons.
or the same actress?
Mary Jane Watson, I mean.
Okay.
Same actress, I assume.
I hope they bring the same actress, because I actually really like her.
Yeah.
But,
on that topic, our next trailer...
actually, we had one more before that. You were mostly in the bathroom for this one, so you didn't see it.
Yeah, You're the Man too?
Think Like a Man 2, which I didn't even know there was a first one. So.
I vaguely remember, and I remember it didn't do too well.
Apparently did well enough. Kevin Hart's been busy this year. Or like the past year and a half.
Well, the funny thing was, like, it had, when it had the other guy, what was that last movie he was in?
About Last Night, was it?
Yeah. One of the other actors is in there with him. So
yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, so I was like, what, is this a trailer for that movie?
No.
I was like, didn't it already come out? Oh, it's a new one. They just happen to have a lot of the same people.
Yeah, and the same girl's in that one too, actually, now that I think
that's what threw me off. I'm just like, wait, what?
And the concept doesn't make any sense. Like, the girls are competing with the guys over who can throw a better bachelor party? What the fuck? I don't know. It makes no sense. It's gonna be stupid. Moving on. Okay, the one actually, the more I actually see of this, the more I'm actually optimistic about it. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I've been optimistic to begin with. Like, I really enjoyed the first one.
I liked the first one too. A lot of people didn't. I still think it was great, but I thought it was a decent reboot.
Yeah.
But this
it's like
one,
the reason they're all complaining is they said it was basically the same as the other one. It's just like,
yeah.
Well, no crap. It's Spider-Man. You can't really change much. It's like,
except find different ways to say with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Reworded a little bit. Still doesn't count. Still same fucking thing. But
I did like how they adjusted the death of Uncle Ben a bit, though.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It was what was the actor's name?
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
But I mean, the situation in which it happened.
Yeah. To be told, I kind of liked how it was done the first Spider-Man a little better. But mostly because I liked how he actually caught the burglar in the first one, because that was a big moment in the comics, and it was kind of a little annoyed they kind of brushed over that in the sequel.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll go with that in the second one.
They have so many subplots going on here that I kind of doubt it. I think that's my big concern here, and a lot of other people's concern, is the fact that it's kind of pulling the same shit they did for Spider-Man 3, where there's 3 villains in this one, and there's a big concern of how they're going to balance it all. Yeah,
although at least here, unlike Sam Raimi, it doesn't seem like he's dealing with villains that he doesn't like.
There is that major factor as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, this isn't in this trailer, it's in the international trailer. By the way, this trailer was in 3D, actually pretty damn good in 3D.
Yeah. Well, first one was pretty solid in 2. I mean, it was kind of weird because, like, throughout the most of the movie, there wasn't much 3D, but when I got to the action scene...
Yeah, it looked great. But, smooth. It's like, but here's what I do know that I'm really optimistic about. Like Jamie Foxx, from what I saw the first trailer at Comic-Con. I see what he's talking about, and I've seen a lot of clips of him as Electro. I'm really excited for that because I think he's going to do a great job. I love the angle they're going with that character.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. I like that this time around the villains have a central theme that connects them all. I think it's going to be a big distinction feature.
What's that?
Oscorp.
Oh, right.
Oh,
right.
Because that's the thing that wasn't really explained much. It's kind of again, this is an international trailer. You can look up online. It was just released a couple days ago. But basically what it's implying is the fact that Oscorp is basically making and releasing all these supervillains to kind of like test Spider-Man kind of thing. Like, Electro doesn't immediately become Electro and then start causing chaos. Apparently, Oscorp captures him first and, like, traps him in there. And then, like, Harry discovers him and decides he can start fucking with him. But,
okay.
And there's also another theme I like, too, is, like, there's an implied jealousy from Harry Osborn's standpoint.
Yeah.
In the new trailer. Not this trailer, but in the new trailer. It's like, I feel like, just go watch the international trailer.
I do.
Because it actually has a lot of interesting details in that, or really kind of skipped over in the other trailers.
Yeah.
It also helps that it's an extra minute long. But, so I'm hoping that since it has a central focus, it's gonna be better. Like they're gonna make it work. At least I'm hoping so, because they're playing a Sinister Six movie.
Well, considering how Mark Webb actually pulled off the first movie, I have faith. And like, I was pretty skeptical at first, but it's like,
well, let's face it, the big weakest link of the first Spider-Man was the villain. The Lizard wasn't that strong of a villain, really.
Yeah, although they at least made the man behind the Lizard actually a very sympathetic character.
True. I mean, I liked where they were going with it. I just felt like they didn't really explore it enough.
Yeah.
So it just didn't really save it for me, a hackney villain. This one, it looks like they're taking a different direction. Like, in this one, Jamie Foxx's character, I forgot not Electro. What's the Electro's alter ego? Max something. Oddly enough, the fact that I can't remember his name is actually a big part of what the character is in the new movie, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I remember that in the other trailer.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. And I'm excited to see where they're going with the Oscorp storyline. Like, I wonder if what they're going to do is with the Green Goblin, if they're going to make Harry Osborn the more comic book Green Goblin, like we're used to with the Glider and everything like that. And they're going to make Norman Osborn more of the ultimate version, where it's literally a big giant goblin. So
we'll see.
So I'll be curious to see how they pull that off. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay, what was the last trailer?
That was the last trailer.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. So, final thoughts about the Blinker?
There's nothing more to say. It's just, this is a very lazy movie where, like, it gets kind of, hilariously goofy at times, but just overall, it's just it's a bore.
It's boring. It's stupid. You expected nothing less.
Pretty much.
So,
at least it didn't make me angry like some of his other movies did, so I'll give him credit for that.
There's something, I guess. So we'll be back. I think we have plans for tomorrow to go see RoboCop, so we can finally get caught up on all our backlog. Woo. And we can start anew next week with, I don't think I'm gonna make anyone sit through Son of God. I'm not that horrible of a person. But what do we got next? Oh, we got the Miyazaki film, and we got Taken on a Plane. So see you all guys next week.